Nag-classes ako. Ayan, I'm so sorry if I lost the signal po. So, ayan, balik po tayo sa signal. Nawala po siya ng saglit. Ayan. So, okay na? Okay ra kung audio? Okay ra kung audio? Adunggan ra ko. Ayan, so madunggan ra day ko I thought dili because yeah. Madunggan ba ang uban tao? Sorry ha. Andito ako sa conference hall. So, yeah. Please tell your classmates na we'll be having our class now. Konti pa kasi yung nag-nood. O nawala din ako sa meeting ko. Saglit. So, sagdiha lang sa akong background ha. Ayan. Thank you, sir. Ayan. So, ayun. Sorry muna sa back. Stop ko muna yung camera. Then, let's wait muna sa iba. So, let's wait muna sa kanila ha. 894-3663. I'm also trying to connect kasi sa ano ko eh. Seven, six, four. Let's see. Ayan. Connected na. So, madunggan dyan. Yes, again, good morning. I'm sorry sa nag-serve sa likod. Paano ba to? Hindi man good siya maano. Stop ko muna yung cam. Oh, lagi, it's raining, no? It's raining outside talaga and it's so very cold. Pero does the rain ba is one of the reason kung kaya ba na yung mahina yung signal? Anyways. Okay. So this afternoon I'll be uploading now the videos no yung sa group. So yung hindi pa nakasubmit I don't know what to do with you no but at least ano Yung bang if you have your activity na but hindi kayo nakasabit, just keep it lang muna sa drive ninyo, okay? Because yeah, I, I will call your attention so that, of course, I will give chance naman talaga to submit. Sayang din yung 300 points, no? Yes, good morning. Okay. Sana yung iba because mahaba-haba yung lecture natin this morning. So, have you checked your canvas ba? Have you checked your canvas? Because I let you study in advance, no? So that hindi din ako yung parang ako lang yung mag-ano ba, ano tawag dito? At least you already study in advance, at least prepared na kayo sa topic na i-discuss ngayon. So just a little bit ano lang para din naman yes. Also si Nation lang nagtingin sa announcement. Hmm? So andun sa announcement po naglagay pa ako ng tatlong learning materials natin. Acer. Ayan, so any moment right now, mag-start na ha. For a while muna. Kunin ko muna yung presentation. Hmm. Unsay kamusta Mark? Okay ra ko Mark, sorry. Kita niyo nag-ano ko ngisi because ito another training po tayo ngayon. But of course, dito lang malakas din naman yung net connection. So, pwede ra jud siya magkadako klase. So, sana yung iba. Bakit 32 lang, 'di ba? We only we supposed to have our exam this day, this time, 'di ba? Recall niyo last week. Then 32 lang, 31 out of 140. Inom muna ako ng coffee ha, because malamig talaga dito. So please call the attention of your classmates, please. Ayan, so wala na talagang papasok. There were only 39, almost 15 minutes na. So Ismail again. Um, okay, so I cannot ano no, I cannot make my voice loud because we have because yeah, yun nga, in my front there is a activity din. I mean seminar ba. So now my question is can you hear ba? Can you hear me ba? Klaro lang ba din yung ano ko voice? Please say yes. Okay, so thank you. So okay na tong ganito lang na voice no, yung hindi talaga yung ano. I think because of this ano din headset na ginagamit ko ngayon, kaya okay lang yung voice ko. So so our topic this morning is related with the disaster awareness and preparedness. So we go now to the geographic profile of the Philippines. So let me share my screen. Sige sige. Kung kusog kayang ulan, magamit na lang jud mo og headset or ano earphone, okay? So wait, let me check muna. Ayan, how about this one? Okay na ganito. This one na lang para ano din. Yan, so anyways, you can ano naman, um, you may use your earphone or headset so that you can clear it. You can hear me clear now. So after this discussion, I guess we will now that's supposed to be we got disaster risk with that wait sa disaster risk okay, so ito lang yung hindi ko nalagay no sa announcement. So I'll be discussing this one, then the rest is andun po sa announcement yung learning materials. So you can now ano po look for it no, because I think yeah, we will discuss na lang later kasi I'm not actually yeah, I may not ano have the exam today no, because kulang pa tayo ng isa which is this one. Then we will discuss later yung exam natin. Then of course we will have our break after the discussion. Then balik tayo mamaya. Okay? Mahaba-haba kasi itong discussion na to. But we will just select yung yeah, yung ano na yun, yung mga important. Okay? So again, good morning once again. So our topic this morning is about the um, geographic profile of the Philippines. So, in relation to our topic, the chapter 3, disaster awareness and preparedness. So our learning objective this morning, so at the end of the session, students are expected to analyze the current disaster situation in the Philippines, identify the recent disaster risk reduction management program in the Philippines, and how we Filipino adapts to the changing disaster situation of the country, and to understand the potential scope of a disaster preparedness measures. Oh, bakit dito siya mag-move? Now, in relation to our topic today, that so at first the in implementation of the disaster risk reduction and management, so the NSTP shall be guided with the reference from the Republic Act 9163 under the Section 11, which is the creation of National Service Reserve Corps. This is hereby created a National Service Reserve Corps to be composed of the graduates of non-ROTC components. Member of this corps may be tapped by the state of for literacy and civic welfare activities through the joint effort of the DND, CHED, and TESDA. Ah, sige lang. So I'm sorry for that. So I'll continue na. So every time po may ano din talaga, yung if I recall that there were times na way back 2019 nagkaroon talaga yung malakas din na lindol. And of course, as part of this the ROTC, these ROTC students are really one of the volunteers na yung bang madali lang sila i-contact or i-on call if there's a disaster, no? So like way back 2019, I think that was there's an earthquake na ang dami talaga aftershocks. So ayun, on call po ang ating mga ROTC. Of course, those yung mga officials natin na ROTC, no, hindi yung mga first class because yung sa first class hindi pa masyado um, na-train sila. But we have these officers sa ROTC, on call na po sila based nitong Republic Act 9163, no? So, but kayo, ano man kayo, sa NSTP man kayo, I mean sa CWTS kayo, so iba din yung part natin, no? So, in Section 13, so there is accreditation, mobilization, and protection of disaster volunteers and National Service Reserve Corps or CSOs and the private sector. So the government agencies, CSOs, private sector, and LGUs may mobilize individuals or organize volunteers to augment the respective personnel complement and logistical requirements in the delivery of disaster risk reduction program and activities. Then the agencies or CSO, private sectors, and LGUs concerned shall take full responsibility for the enhancement, welfare, and protection of volunteers and shall submit the list of volunteers to the OCD through the LDRMOs for accreditation and conclusion in the database of community disaster volunteers. So of course, since we are ano naman siya, yung bang these volunteers like the ROTC, so dapat din naman they are also protected, no, by our government or the LGUs kumbaga. So LGUs will provide sector LG concern shall take full responsibility for the enhancement, welfare, and protection of volunteers, no? Then of course, isa na dito is yung mag ano din, no, yung mag LGU are prepared for like if ever there is a disaster of flood, so meron na gamit niya, no? Of course, hindi din kaya ng LGU na sila-sila lang. So, of course, they will look for a volunteers. So, one of the group talaga is this ROTC natin. No? Ano na to? Saan ba tayo? Section 13. So, mobilization of volunteers shall be in accordance with the guidelines to be formulated by the NDRRMC. So, consistent with the provision of this act, any volunteer who incurs death or injury while engaged in any of the activities defined under this act shall be entitled to compensatory benefits, individuals' personal accidents insurance as may be defined under the guidelines. So if ever man sa volunteer natin talaga is in his pag volunteer niya talagang nagkaroon din ng accident, no, then kumbaga na yeah, like accident, wag naman yung namatay, no, that's kasi that's the worst, but because of this act they will be entitled for compensatory benefits, no. So baka may makilala kayo na ROTC natin, no. So eto, you may tell them that they will be compensated, no, because of this act. Okay. Now the Philippines, talking about our location, no. So the Philippines is located in the Circum-Pacific Belt of Fire. Ito, Circum-Pacific of Belt of Fire and Typhoon. I think it is one of my ano, 'di ba? One of my quiz, no? If you can recall, no, if you can recall, if sa America we call that one hurricane, of course, sa Philippines that is typhoon, no? May nakatama ba sa inyo yun sa question na yun? Yung sa quiz natin? I try to ask na if they bagyo or yeah, if the if in the United States we call that what they call it hurricane, sa atin ano yun. So meron yung nagsagot na ano, uh, hindi ko pa nag-check lahat yung ano, no, yung quizzes, pero and the correct answer doon is typhoon. So this is being so the country has always been subjected to natural disaster and calamities any time of the year. In whatever part of the country, we have been experiencing yearly natural calamities such as floods, typhoons, tornadoes, earthquakes, drought, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions, which have brought incessant miseries to our people, loss of lives, properties. So, dili na ta magtaka, no? Hindi tayo magtaka kung talagang kung bakit maraming bagyo, no? In a year there are almost 20 typhoon talaga magpasok sa Philippine responsibility, no, area of responsibility. Kaya kasi nga we are uh, yeah, we are anong tawag ito, aside sa ano tayo dito tayo sa Pacific Belt of Fire, malapit talaga din tayo sa Pacific Ocean, no? So maka-trigger talaga yung mga areas na malapit sa Pacific Ocean because we know now that we have this anong tawag ito, yung bang of course because of the global warming mag-conduct ng heat ano si Earth, andun ma-form mostly of the typhoon, no, andun talaga ma-form sa Pacific Ocean, then it goes to the direction sa atong country. So kaya marami talagang typhoon, no? Then not just the Japan, no, but we are part of the Pacific Belt of Fire. Kaya din meron tayong earthquakes talaga. Even dito sa Mate meron, no. Um, saan nga ba banda? Uh, who among you here na nakapunta na sa ano, Pangyan Falls sa Lupon. So, if I'm not really sure pero yun yung sabi, if nakita ninyo yung ano, yung hindi bitaw na continue na kalsada kasi doon it's part of the Pacific ano yung sa earthquake, no? Kaya yun. Well, anyways, moving on. So, in the midst of 70s and 80s, strong typhoons and torrential rains brought devastation to Manila and large areas of central Luzon. The 1990 killer earthquake that hit several Luzon provinces as well as Metro Manila, and the effects of the 1991 Mount Pinatubo eruption had put the National Disaster Coordinating Council or NDCC in the forefront to enhance the people's preparedness and ensure precision and spontaneity in responding to emergencies or catastrophes. The NDCC, together with the concerned agencies, conduct regular mobilization exercises and drills at levels with the participation of the private agency concerned and the non-government organizations. So, sino ba dito sa inyo naka-attend ng mga training? No? It will be nice po na though hindi tayo ano, hindi, though you are not part of the ano ba, ROTC, no? Pero if you will join some training talaga in preparedness of different types of disaster, maganda po siyang salihan. At least aware na tayo, no? Aware tayo on how we rescue even ourselves, no? If may calamity na dumating, like for example, earthquake, not earthquake, IRS earthquake. So what are the things ba? Of course, we have this quarterly ano man, 'di ba? Yung earthquake drill, 'di ba? The cover ano ngayon? Kalimutan ko tuloy, no? So at least prepared na tayo. So what if mayroon pa talaga yung I know in our 'di ba sa East Coast din. Saglit lang ha. The cover hold pala. Saglit lang ha, meron ako ano muna. Okay, so merong nagtanong dito, no? Saan ito ha? So ito my question. Sir, if in America they call it a hurricane and typhoon in here, my question is, what country place they call it cyclone? Cyclone. Actually, ano yan ang cyclone, when we say cyclone is it's like a system of winds rotating inward to an area or atmospheric pressure. So we counterclockwise. So kumbaga ang cyclone, we can use that one, no? We can use that one same as a ano pa din, no? A typhoon or hurricane, no? Pero ang kaning typhoon talaga, the name typhoon and the name hurricane because the typhoon for the it came from the Pacific Ocean. Well, itong hurricane, ano nga yung ocean na ano um, sa Amerika? Is it kalimutan ko. Uh, ngayon ano, kung sa atin Pacific Ocean, I think sa Amerika saglit nga. The Atlantic ata 'yun, no? But this cyclone is referring to uh, to ano talaga storm, no? It's like yung ba nag-compose din kaya nga meron tayong low pressure area, ITCC, Intertropical Convergence Zone, no? So ang cyclone is like yeah, it's hindi din siya pero iba talaga yun. Same lang din yan siya. It's a typhoon din and it's a hurricane. Okay? Kasi din naman sa India, we have this, 'di ba? We have this Pacific Ocean, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, ano pa 'yun? Arctic Ocean, no? Pero most of the typhoon and hurricanes, 'di ba? It came from the Pacific and Atlantic, no? Kasi sila yung ano ba, yung sa Ring of Fire, yung sa gitna bitaw. Ano pa may question? Ayun, gitubag na hinon ka ni ano, three, saan tawag ni? Wala na lang sagot ni Trisha. Well, they are basically the same thing but are given different names depending on where they appear. Hurricanes are tropical storms from the North Atlantic Ocean and Northeast Pacific. Then cyclones are formed over the South Pacific and Indian Ocean. Typhoons are from the Northwest Pacific Oceans. Ayun. Per cyclone can be also called naman din. Pero ang cyclone is a form din of a storm din naman. No? Okay? Um, grabe man yun si ano eh. I'm sorry Renelo. I can't give that ano details a bit now because but anyway, in the Philippines, we can call that one din naman cyclone, 'di ba? Even sa si Kuya Kim, he even mentioned it a tropical cyclone, parang ganun. Basta yung cyclone is the forming of a typhoon or a hurricane or bagyo, no? So there's not no ano talaga difference, no? Okay? So move na tayo. So thank you for that. So ay ito pala oh. Okay, so ayan, paano ba 'to? Bakit ganito pagkagawa ng presentation? I'm sorry, ayan. So, location of the Philippines is we are in the Southeastern Asia, archipelago between the Philippine Sea and the South China Sea and of Vietnam. So, our climate is tropical marine, northeast monsoon, November to April, and southwest monsoon, May to October. Kaya, for 2 seasons lang talaga tayo. Unlike sa Amerika, no? Na they have this 4 season kasi nga ah, malapit na talaga tayo sa Ring of Fire. Ay, yung sa Earth ba, no? Yeah. Sa atin kasi yung parang naka-direct talaga ang sun. Unlike yung sa China and sa Japan, yung sa ibabaw natin, hindi sila gaano na natatamaan. So, I think ang pinakamainit talaga is yun sa Indonesia and Malaysia, no? Doon na part. Pero mainit talaga doon. I have friends there, no? Then, of course, our terrain is mostly mountains with narrow to extensive coastal lowlands. Ayan, population, wag na to. So, ano ba to? Okay, then based on our national hazard, so we have this asteroid typhoon belt, usually affected by 15 and struck by 5 to 6 cyclone storms each year. So landslides and active volcano, destructive earthquakes, tsunamis. Then we have also this volcanism, no? So ang pinaka ano talaga yung latest, no, we have this Taal eruption. Then of course, we have still this active volcano. We have this Mount Mayon, no? Then Biliran. So we still have these other historical active volcanoes andun sa Biliran, sa Babuyan, sa Claro, Bulusan, Camiguin de Babuyanes, Didicas, Iria, Hulu, Canlaon, Makaturi, Musuan, Parker, and Pinatubo, and Dragang. Now, itong sa ano din, yung if you would like to ask about Mount Apo, uh, I know Mount Apo is hindi na siya active, no? Hindi na siya gaano active, pero when you try to see on the Facebook, there are posts of these mountaineers, no? Then yung bang may sulfur, no? Yung nagbubuga pa din siya ng sulfur. Kaya then the first time actually I already climbed Mount Apo way back 2011 ata yun, 2014, di ko na din ma-recall. Talagang na-impress din ako because of what people did, no? I'm not really sure yun ba talaga yung reason kung bakit hindi siya pumutok because they have this parang they put some um, tunnel ba sa ilalim ng volcano. Then yung ano, ano siya yung bang anong tawag nito? I think it's one of the source of the ano no, yung source of energy. Yes, maybe I could not really say it's dormant talaga siya no. So, pero it's one of the reason kasi andun I think it's part of the Digos ba yun? Kasi may three peaks yung Mount Apo. Ang Mount may tatlong peaks, no? Yung isa yung nakaano talaga sa Davao City. Yun yung pinakamataas. Then meron ay yung dalawang peaks. I think it's Digos and di ko alam yung saan yung isa. Pero nagpunta ako sa pangalawang peak, no? Pagtingin ko doon, merong factory. Then ang lakas ng buga ng ano niya, usok. Then para bang it can create clouds because of the smoke they produce. No, parang ganun din. Parang na-amaze ako something na I was amazed because yun nga first time ko nakakita doon, no. Where sometimes I will say na hazardous man to. But anyways, andun na yun for how many years. Then that was my first time I climbed Mount Apo. Yes, a little bit gibangagan yun. Yeah. I think that's a geothermal energy. Yun ba ang tawag doon? Tapos na-miss lang talaga ako kasi ang lakas ng nagawa niyang usok din. Nakakreate na siya ng sariling clouds. Okay, so moving on. Uh, so ito na nga. We have these current environmental issues. So uncontrolled deforestation, especially in watershed areas, illegal mining and logging, soil erosion, air and water pollution in major urban centers, coral reef degradation, increasing population of coastal mangrove swamps that are important fish breeding grounds, and coastal erosion, dynamite fishing, and wildlife extinction. Ito tayo, ito yun, ito yung dito sa Mati, yung sa Guwang-Guwang. Pero it's not increasing pollution of coastal mangrove. Pero ang ginawa man nila is instead na may mangrove na dyan sa guwang-guwang, ginawa nila ng vanami plantation, yung shrimp ba, no? Ang laki sana na mangrove dyan na area. Tapos nagkaroon sila ng vanami plantation. Kaya instead na that was the breeding area, no? That was the breeding area of the fishes. So, sinira nila just to have this banami plantation. Plantation ba term yan? Farming pala. No? So, well, I guess wala tayong magagawa. I guess nga, ayan, it's geothermal energy. No? It's one of the source of ano ba, electricity. Ano ba yan? I'm not really expert to it. No? Okay. Then we have these international and environmental agreements. So party to biodiversity, climate change. So climate change, Kyoto Protocol, desertification, endangered species, and we have this hazardous waste. Then we have also this law of the sea. So I hope this law of the sea will really protect the yung pinag-aagawan natin, no? Yung sa may sana nga yung ano, dun sa may Palawan na area, which China really built structures na dun, no? Na dapat sa atin man yun daw because it's really part of the ano, no? Yung line sa ano ba? The geographical location ng Philippines. Part pa kasi siya. Then, do malayo na masyado. Yun nga, gusto agawin ni China. Pero, of course, we are still fighting for it na it is our territory talaga. No? So we have this marine dumping, ozone layer protection, ship pollution, tropical timber 83, and tropical timber 94. Then we have this wetlands, whaling sign, but not ratified, air pollution persistent organic pollutants. So these are the international environmental agreements na kita Philippines nakisali din tayo, no? Hindi lang yan sa atin, but this was agreed all over the world, no? Oh, yes, thank you, Steven. The Scarborough Shoal, the Scarborough, no? Sana sa atin talaga yun. I mean, there's nothing we can do because China have more, it's more powerful than the Philippines when it comes to, di ba? They have many ships, no? Tayo, ilan lang, no? So, talaga hindi natin kaya kahit if they will declare war, wala eh. We don't have even atomic bombs. I'm not really sure if meron din sila. Parang ganun ba? Pero at least, we fight it in a proper way. No? Hindi ganun na talagang magka-war. Okay? So, next. So, geography note. So, note 1. For decades, the Philippine archipelago was reported as having a 7,107 islands. In 2016, the National Mapping Authority reported that hundreds of new islands had been discovered and increased the number of islands. 7,641 na tayo ngayon. Though not all of new islands have been verified, the country is favorably located in relation to many of Southeast Asia's main water bodies, so the South China Sea, Philippine Sea, Sulu Sea, Celebes Sea, and Luzon Strait. So, napapalibutan talaga tayo ng ano no, ah, ng mga karagatan, no. So, as you can see, before we are only 7,107. Now, it's already 7,641. So, is this alarming ba? Ha? Para sa inyo, is this alarming? Because before we have this 107, now 641 na ba? So, maybe we could say that there are changes, no? I mean, yeah, it's not the global warming, but maybe talagang meron din namang mga area talaga na bigla lang siyang lumitaw ba na that's make it a new island, no? Okay. We will not discuss it anymore baka ma-issue tayo dyan. Then note number two, Philippines is one of the countries along the Ring of Fire, a belt of active volcanoes and earthquake epicenters bordering the Pacific Ocean. Up to 90% of the world earthquakes and some 75% of the world volcanoes occur with the Ring of Fire. So mo nang di na jud katingalahan, no? Ang latest earthquake, di ba? Bag-o ra nahitabo. It was on the Tarragona. Pero if you check po sa website sa Feebox, no, meron sila talaga silang anong tawag nito? Not time to time, but yeah, update every minutes kung asa kung saan talaga merong parang shaking talaga, no. So may record sila. So you can visit the Feebox website, no. So note 3, the Philippines sits astride the Pacific typhoon belt and an average of 9 typhoons make landfall on the islands each year. 9 typhoons ba na? Um, anong latest pangalan ng typhoon ngayon? Kasi ayun pala no, mali ako kanina. Sabi ko kanina it's almost 20 kasi but there are ano kasi may year no na umabot talaga tayo ng 20 typhoon, no. Pero the average is now I remember we are only 16 to 20. 20 na yung pinaka worst. And with about 5 of these being destructive, the country is the most exposed in the world of tropical storms. So talagang we are one of the most exposed with the tropical storms. Kasi nga malapit tayo sa Pacific Ocean. Okay, so moving on. So ito, so what are we preparing for? So the Philippines was the most disaster-prone country in the world for the past century. Out of 173 countries assessed for their exposure to hazards, the Philippines placed third. Oh, tingnan nyo. Pangatlo tayo, no? World Risk Index. So, this RP disaster risk profile is vulnerable to almost all types of natural hazards. So, ito. Then, these are some of the, ano talaga, no? Phases of recent disasters. So, though this is not, ang sa atin man dito is, ang pinaka-latest talaga is Bagyong Pablo, no? That was hit sa, ano, sa East Coast, which is the Boston, yung Boston, Katiil, and Baganga talaga natamaan ng Bagyong Pablo, no? And it was really a catastrophic. Ilang years na, almost 10 years na ba? 2011, yes, 10 years. Mag 10 years na this December 11. 11 ba yun or 12? I know there are some of you here, no? Bata pa kaayo that time, then experience the Typhoon Pablo, no? I hope but although nakaano naman tayo get over, no? Then of course since that Pablo, because it's very rare talaga na ang Davao Oriental papasukan ng ano no ng typhoon, kasi nga most of the ano ang dito mangod sa Davao Oriental, dito yung formation of the cyclone, no? Formation na siya sa cyclone, tas most of the bagyo jud pag mabuo na siya, ma-LPA na siya, andun na siya sa Visayas or Luzon. Pero that time talaga, naano lang siya parang, wow, what happened? Bakit hindi siya talagang napunta pa sa ibabaw ba? No? Yung, if I'm referring sa map, no? Talagang nandanding talaga siya dito sa East Coast, yung sa Surigao. So, that means talagang we have this, ano na talaga, no? Global warming issue, no? Kasi nga, iba na yung dinaanan ni Bagyo. Okay? So let's discuss some of the different types of calamities, no. So what are earthquakes? So an earthquake is the result of a sudden release of energy in the earth's crust that creates seismic waves. Earthquakes are recorded with a seismometer, also known as seismograph. So the largest recorded earthquake in the United States was magnitude of 9.2. Grabe na to. That struck Prince William Sound, Alaska on Good Friday, March 28, 1964. So, awara ko na. Ang ano siya nun, elevate na yung ano, nito. So, I would really, para no, talaga, if you will compare, it will be nice yung types of earthquake yung ganito, mag-shake lang, instead na pa-up and down. So, tendency talaga, tingnan nyo yung sa picture na to. Sabi to. Or even this one. Pero klaro talaga dito na I think ang earthquake na to, up and down siya. Kasi nag-elevate yung kalsada. Kasi kung ganyan lang na earthquake, magbabagsakan lang yung mga building. Pero pag once ganito talaga, I think ganyan na, oh. No? So, talaga mas mas grabe yung earthquake na up and down kontra sa lang, shaking. So, of course, good thing dito sa atin, sa Mati, no, or sa Davao Oriental, shaking lang. Wag sana yung up and down, kasi yung up and down na ay mas maraming talagang damage na mangyayari. So, the largest recorded earthquake in the world was magnitude of 9.5 in Chile on May 22, 1960. Ayan. So, this one is, klaro, this is just shaking. Testing na yun man. Kaya kung ano pa to, yung up and down, talagang may no, may crack dito. Pero this one hindi na-crack, natumba lang yung mga bahay. And of course, the world deadliest recorded earthquake occurred in 1556 in central China, killing an estimated of 830,000 people in 1976. Another deadly earthquake struck Tangshan, China, where more than 250,000 people were killed. Grabe. Of course, earthquake will just second, pero knowing ang iyang kakusog, diba? So we have this um, earthquake is a natural phenomenon. Ayan, I'm back. I'm sorry, nawala yung connection ko. So, thank you. Sorry okay. Sana tayo. So, actually, we're almost done na. I mean, yeah. Yung sa earthquake tayo, no? Wait, is my audio, okay pa ba yung audio ko? May snacks na sa likod ko. Ayan, magwala-wala dyan ako signal. What happened to ano ba? May problem talaga si PLDT nga. Kahapon nga, di ba, nawala siya. Pero sa bahay, may problema talaga sa bahay. Naputulan kami. Okay, going back. So, ito na yung recorded struck ng earthquake. Then, earthquake is a natural phenomenon and cannot be prevented. It can strike quickly without warning. So, talagang natural tong earthquake, no? Then, before, we cannot talaga predict this one. And it will really strike quickly without warning, no? Yung mga seismograph, ganun, na mga equipment, they can just, yung bang they can measure how strong the earthquake is. Yet, it is not an equipment to say that there will be an earthquake that will happen. No? Pero of course, since pag may earthquake talaga, there is an aftershock doon. We are well known na tayo dyan. So, pag may earthquake, prepare for an aftershock. Kasi nga parang, it's like, nag-move yung lupa or ano ba yan sa ibaba, no? Pag move niya, of course, there are mga maliliit na bato na hindi pa natapos pag-move niya ba, no? Kaya nagkaroon pa talaga ng aftershocks. So, earthquake can damage lives and properties, and no available technology that give an accurate earthquake prediction. Yun na. So, this equipment that we are using is just can measure how strong, no? How strong is the earthquake. So, we have these kinds of shaking. So, we have this lateral, no? Yung pag ganun. And ito yung worst, ang vertical na. Mo ng tendency na kuan jud mag-uproot kumbaga yung mga ah mag-uproot or matanggal bitaw ng mga structure. Sige lang, kung blurry, basta madunggan man ko, no? Leia. Okay, so moving on. So we have these phases of earthquake drill. So there is a siren, bell rings for 1 minute, ongoing ground shaking or earthquake. Then, of course, our response. So we have this duck, cover and hold. Then, of course, pag mag-earthquake, ito muna talaga yung duck, cover and hold. Never attempt. Kay kumudagan po ka, mo naman na, masinay mga debris na mahulog, no? Pag once mo stop na, diya pa kamudagan. Mo na then proceed ka sa evacuation area. No? Then after that, sa phase 4, group together yung sa evacuation area because we didn't know na meron pa siyang aftershock. Kaya we are not allowed to get back as soon as possible sa building because we have these volunteers as well that will uh, uh, that will check no yung mga buildings, yung mga bahay natin, no, kung may crack ba or pwede ba siya balikan. So this one, this earthquake drill talaga, this is the common thing we do, no? Kasi nga, this is with, it quarterly na siya kasi anytime talaga we will, may earthquake talaga dito sa atin. Okay? So, meron pa pala head counts, then, ayun nga, evaluation. Evaluate niya. So, the epicenter of an earthquake is the location directly above the hypocenter of the surface of the earth. Now, hypocenter of an earthquake is the location beneath the earth's surface where the rupture of the faults begin. Ito. So, ito yung epicenter. Then, yung hypocenter, yun talaga yung, yung cause ng earthquake. Then we have this term, magnitude is a measured value of earthquake size. So the magnitude is the same no matter where you are or how strong or weak the shaking was in various locations. And then an intensity is a measure of the shaking created by earthquake, and these values thus vary with location. Okay, I think we will end this topic here sa these are just one of the common, no? So we will have our break muna. So it's been an hour already. So break muna tayo, no? So I know we have this, how we call that one? Hini ang signal, tas lag kayo ang net, and blurry. So, blurry. Review na lang natin mamaya, no? Or if you have time, you can review naman po. Okay? So, as of the moment, we will have a break for 20 minutes, then let's get back at 11. No? Sige. Break muna tayo ha. Balik tayo at 11.